I have spent the last 17 years in my own prison for what she, Jeffrey, and all the co-conspirators did to me. I was raped repeatedly. I was raped 3 times a day sometimes.
There's a new poll that says 3 out of 4 Americans want to see the Epstein list, and the other person is probably on it.
I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats.
When Trump says shit like this, it's so much worse than if he just kept his mouth shut. He's lying. He's trying to hide the truth. And the truth is incomprehensibly evil. And that's not a Democratic hoax. That's Pam Bondi.
The FBI, they're reviewing, there are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now.
How can you not demand to see who these people were and go after them? They were having sex with children, for God's sakes. And our source is the fucking Attorney General.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk.
And today, Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen blocked a request by the Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego to demand the Trump administration release files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Why would he say these things?
Mr. President, this is nothing but political theater. It's so obvious that the Democrats are just using this for a political football. We haven't even figured out who ran the White House the last 4 years, and now all of a sudden they want to make something of this?
And then, of course, Trump's former VP, Mike Pence, a spineless coward, all during Trump's first shit show, is saying now what he should have said then.
Last week, his Justice Department said there were more than 1,000 victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Last summer, Trump said he was open to declassifying all the relevant files and the Epstein client list, and that his suicide looked suspicious. How can all those things be true and it be a hoax? I don't understand where things stand with all this.
I think the time has come for the administration to release all of the files regarding Jeffrey Epstein's investigation and prosecution. It's important that we protect the names of the victims. They should be excluded from any disclosure. But whether or not the facts justify charges, I think that anyone who participated or was associated with this despicable man ought to be held up to public scrutiny.
Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years, even stating that Epstein, quote, likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
And there are many more. Here's Trump's former chief of staff who said Trump's on the list.
As he promised he would. Is it because, as Elon Musk has said, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files?
No, absolutely not. He's in the files. A lot of people in the files.
The reality here is there's no reason to block the release of these tapes or lists or videos unless you're on them. And if Mulvaney is right that Clinton or a Democrat is in these, well, then fucking get them too. But the Republican Party is without a doubt the biggest pack of hypocritical liars when it comes to the children. After Sandy Hook, they blocked gun control, trying to rein in assault rifles. And it seems apparent they have no problem with child rape when it threatens their political agenda.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to demand that Donald Trump and our Attorney General come clean to the American people and release the Epstein files. Now, this weekend, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Let's not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about." Well, Mr. President, a lot of people actually care. And we know that MAGA was all in on Jeffrey Epstein. Now, my Republican colleagues have sent letters, they've posted, they've demanded disclosure. Donald Trump Jr., the president's own son, has tweeted dozens of times about this case. FBI Director Kash Patel swore under oath in front of the Senate that he would be transparent with the American public and release the Epstein files. He said, and I want to quote, "Make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened," that he would do that. That was his quote. Now, in February, our Attorney General, Pam Bondi, told Fox News that Epstein's client list was, again, and I quote, "sitting on my desk right now to review," end quote. Now, they claim there was never a list. And this weekend, Donald Trump claimed that the files were written by Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the Biden administration. These are bizarre reversals. And it's obvious to the American public.
I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats.
How the fuck is this a hoax? And how can anyone ever trust Trump on anything he says?
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
And while some of MAGA is hanging on, an equal amount are pushing back.
Videotape, and all of a sudden they don't. You know, you got the director of the FBI on the show saying there's no if there was, nothing you're looking for is on those tapes. Like, what? Why did they say there was thousands of hours of tapes of people doing horrible shit? Why did they say that?
Right.
Didn't Pam Bondi say that?
What, are you talking about Epstein or Diddy?
Yeah, Epstein.
Yeah, she said it literally, I think, a week before you had the FBI director sitting here telling you there was nothing, right?
The FBI, they're reviewing, there are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn.
But the one former Trumper who's really pushing hard is Elon Musk. And while you can make the case that he and Trump are the same, what he is saying is backed up by access and the facts. Amazing that Epstein killed himself and Ghislaine is in federal prison for a hoax. And this, the old, number one, admit nothing. Number two, deny everything. Number three, make counterclaims. But it won't work this time. Let's not forget these two things. The prosecutor who gave Epstein a secret sweetheart deal back in 2007, basically slapping his hand for soliciting prostitution from a teenager, while he was rewarded by Trump with a cabinet spot. Yeah, Alex Acosta gave Epstein immunity and Trump gave him a prize. And this happened yesterday. Trump fired Maureen Comey, the federal prosecutor who prosecuted Epstein and Maxwell for sex trafficking. And of course, the 3 minutes missing from the Epstein prison cell tape. Here's a man who spent a lot of time in that cell.
Tell us about that cell.
Well, listen, I spent 7 months on that tier and in those cells. And the first thing I have to say, there's no way you are able to commit suicide. There's just no way. There's no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling. There's nothing from the bed. You'd have to be a midget and work really hard to try to hang yourself. And I don't think you can accomplish it at that point. As far as the cameras being off, I haven't experienced that. I did 8 years in prison, and I haven't experienced cameras being broken in the perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells. They walk in and they look in on you all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's embarrassing to go to the toilet because they're walking past you and looking in the cell.
And then there's this number that should get everyone's attention. A staggering 69% of Americans believe Trump and the government are covering up the Epstein evidence. That includes a 60% of MAGA. Wow. Trump could be losing everything. Could be. But we've been here before, right? It started with the pussy tape, the Russian interference, the first impeachment, kids in cages, the pandemic, and Trump's FUBAR that cost thousands of American lives, January 6th, and more. So you can't help but wonder if Trump can successfully allow this to go unanswered. And how do these Republicans look at their own children the same when they allow thousands of young girls to be assaulted by Trump's good friend and maybe Trump himself? And finally, to you Trump supporters still hanging on, think about this. Trump would rather lose your support than reveal the truth about child rapists. So what the fuck does that tell you?
It's sitting on my desk right now.
Goddamn right.
It's sitting on my desk.
Do you have no shame?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donald.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.